And we're back today with a new video. Now I wanted to discuss Unifi Protect and the new features because I think they are a godsend for anyone working in the more home area of Unifi period. Now while I've switched over to the FortiGate and I still do kind of use the UDM, not for its network usage but more for the Protect and Talk system. As you see behind me, we've still got the Unifi Protect desk phone there. I do love the Unifi Talk phone. I do love Unifi Protect. I have many of the cameras, not the AI and high-end ones. I do plan on it, but it's a bit out of my paycheck. But their cameras have been great regardless. I use the little eggs. I think it's the G4 instance. And additionally, last year I got the G4 Doorbell Pro on I think a Black Friday deal or something like that. It might have been New Year's. But essentially, this was $100 off. Unified doorbell hooks up just like any other camera system. You can wire it in, or you can do Ethernet, POA, things like that. And I originally got hooked up just thinking it was regular doorbell. And I did see some rumors, some talks about the little square that you'll see here later on in the video was actually supposed to be a fingerprint reader, as Unifi actually released a door lock that kind of flopped, which is unfortunately sad to see. I think it would have been good had there been investment, proper optimizations put to it. But additionally, I was not aware that was actually the fingerprint reader, but as well as there was an NFC reader within the doorbell itself. So it kind of justifies its price. It is a little high end, and it's also pretty hefty for a doorbell. If you ever get your hands on one, you'll quickly realize it's a lot heavier. Noticeably heavier, I should say, than something like your Arlo or your Ring doorbell. But what we have today is three different things. So you'll see here, I've got just an old Balboa Bay key card. We've also got a Taglo PIV key card and smart card. I use this one for some Linux testing. I'm working on seeing how I can get some smart card access login for my desktop here. But additionally, you'll also see that I was able to emulate the UID, or the identification code essentially, of each card. Now, unless you have a magic key card, this is one that can it can modify, not automatically, it can modify its ID itself. If you have something like a flipper, or if you have a Proxmark, you can modify and change the UID automatically. Otherwise, from the factory, these cards have a UID that can never be changed. Once it's written, you cannot ever modify it. But that's also where the flipper is supposed to come in. So this one in specific, we were able to take the UID off this key card. We were able to save it, at least into the memory, and emulate the UID, additionally getting into whatever we want. We were able to basically spoof the card. And I'll talk about that a little bit more into the video, but I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention as I think it's an amazing feature. So as you'll see here, any questions, concerns, comments, leave them down below. But otherwise, yeah, tally ho and have fun with the video. So if we take a quick look here, as you can see, we have our doorbell. We've got the camera, we've got the button, the ring, and then the animation along with, I believe this is a speaker down here. And what you might have not seen is this little square here. This one is the fingerprint reader. We can see that if we do this. No permission, because I don't have my fingerprints enrolled yet. However, we use a hotel key card, nothing happens. The key card's not enrolled. But if we use our PIV card, which I've enrolled earlier, as you can see, we've got our name right there, and then we can further perform actions, whether it's unlocking the doors, which we don't have supported right now, or other various actions. Now, the best part about this is there's webhooks enabled, so we're able to perform different actions, whatever we want, essentially, as long as it's based on the web. So if we continue to do this over and over again, we could potentially have some sort of action to lock out the user, whatever it may be, on top of the camera and other AI-based actions. So let's go back in, let's log into our dashboard and check out what's all now. If we go into our NFC cards here and we click add new card, you can see it's as easy as just tapping an existing card that you have, whether it's a Ubiquiti card or any NFC card really should work, and your doorbell will automatically pick it up, and then you'll be able to add it to your essentially database here, which will record the UID of the card, which unless you have a magic card, this will never change. It cannot change. And then from there, once this has been added, you can then go to manage alarms. And then as we see here, we have NFC card scan success, where once the registered NFC card, not unregistered, not unauthorized, but registered NFC cards are added, it will only apply to the front door. So if we have any other doorbells conducting NFC scans, these will not be a part of this uh, alarm, essentially. And then from there, once it hits that, it will call the webhook that we have set here, which will then be a part of our tool set. We have an NAN system already set up. And then from there, we can have it work as we see fit. Like I said, whether it's unlocking, locking the doors, whatever it may be. Additionally, though, here, as you can see, we don't have any AI cameras currently equipped, but we have facial ID. We can create an alarm off of that. License plate recognition, potentially if this is a recognized or unrecognized card, or not card, license plate. Let me see. Wow, I cannot speak. And we'll get into this at another point. We don't have any current AI cameras with us, unfortunately. I do plan on maybe looking to a Theta or something. But we can still, work with many other objects, whether it's activity, the loitering section, which I do plan on working with. I want to see what does it consider loitering, what does it not. Is Can I just sit outside for 5 seconds and that's considered loitering, or do I have to be there for a solid minute, and things like that. Additionally, for objects here, person, vehicle, package, animal, if it hears something like maybe a CO or smoke alarm, if a car horn is going off, maybe someone broke into your vehicle, you may want to have your system essentially act upon that, whether, whichever camera it is. As you can see here, we can select multiple different scopes of cameras to utilize, or we can actually exclude certain ones. So if we want to do everything except these, we can do that here. And then from there, we can do a notification. We can recall the webhook, as you see. We can unlock, but we don't have any devices essentially to unlock, as well as sound and light, which I believe this is probably for your floodlights, because I know the UI Protect has a floodlight system, and your unlock and sound maybe for your access and connect, because I know there's also a signage display system as well as your more enterprise, higher end business door lock system. So this whole scope of features within Ubiquiti, discard, is a huge thing. Um, and I will definitely be looking forward to using this in the future, both the NFC and fingerprints to call upon activities I see fit. I do have some parts for a Wi-Fi lock I'll be getting. Maybe I'll make a video on that, kind of just going through a quick how-to on that. But yeah, it's fairly easy. If you guys do have any questions or concerns, I'd be happy to answer any one of them below. And I just want to put this out there because I think this is a huge benefit for anyone just in the home who may not want to purchase the Unifi Access system. However, unfortunately, as you'll see here in a quick second, we can also use that flipper to clone that same card. So I do hope Ubiquiti has something in place for protecting against this, but otherwise I think it's an amazing feature that we'll have on.